Yeah, I mean, it's fun. I mean, we've got a great group of people, great coaching staff. It's fun to come and train every day and get better and defend to the easy every weekend. So it's really enjoyed our time right now.
You've already told us how incredible our fans are. We've called them all out in force here next Saturday and take on United. Now, we gave away the cheeseburger, so my question to you is what are we adding on to our Hungry Jacks order? You've got your cheeseburger using the code word charger. What are we adding on there? What's our size?
Big shake or something.
Wait, a big shake.
Slow chocolate.
Go chocolate. Yes, nice and safe. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to our amazing captain here playing an amazing season.
This program is brought to you by Hungry Jacks and Bunnings Warehouse.
The South East Melbourne Phoenix and the Perth Wildcats went toe-to-toe on a Sunday at John Cain Arena. And it's the Phoenix who come out on top, 94-89. There's a look at our Mitsubishi Motors ladder, and that's a nice position to be in if you're Josh King.
My word it is. I'm sorry, Derek, but United have got the advantage up the top, and Phoenix looking like a real significant challenger.
And it's not all sad days for the Wildcats. They've got a lot of victories ahead of them.
And of course, the Adelaide 36ers still to come a little bit later this afternoon. That is where we are going next, to the Adelaide Entertainment Centre. The South East Melbourne Phoenix win it here by 6. And now we take you to Adelaide, where the 36ers take on the Hawks. Will Illawarra bounce back after a shellacking at the hands of the Breakers? Or will the 36ers defend home court? That is coming up right now.
This program is brought to you by Hungry Jacks and Bunnings Warehouse.
Hello and welcome to the Hungry Jacks NBL. We're in Adelaide as Indigenous round continues. One of the best teams in the competition, the Adelaide 36ers. Bryce Cotton and co coming off that 1-point loss to Melbourne United, but they are ready for some playoff-like basketball. Up against the Illawarra Hawks, the defending champions. They have a point to prove after an absolute shocker on Friday night. Cannot wait for this one. It starts now.
Cotton sent him one way. Oh, buries the three.
That is spectacular.
Bryce goes bang. Rolls and jams with authority, Isaac Humphries.
Oh, look out.
Oh, hard on your hands. Get out of the way.
Confidence to give it to him. Drop step spin.
Oh, dearie me. Take that, baby.
Oh no! Oh no!
Good evening, everyone. Great to have your company from the Adelaide Entertainment Centre as round 7 of the Hungry Jacks NBL continues. And you've got the reigning MVP Bryce Cotton on one team, and the man many believe is his heir apparent JaVale McGee on the other. We have a lot to look forward to. Alongside Brad Rosen, and Jason Cadee, the former Adelaide player and, of course, Commonwealth Games gold medalist as well. This is an important contest. Adelaide on paper look as though they have this under their control, but I'm not going to be surprised if we get a response from the Illawarra Hawks.
No, I agree, Case, and I think when you look at the roster they've got, the loss they suffered the other night, they'd be very disappointed because I think they're a better team than that. And so for them, they need to come out and respond and really get after it and be aggressive. But I think Adelaide too, they're also coming off a loss, which makes this very interesting.
Yeah, look, knowing Coach Tatum, and I was there on Friday night, he was not happy at all. And one of the things he has had a strength over the time he's been coaching is how they bounce back. And I'm expecting them to bounce back in a good way against a very good Adelaide team.
Well, Coach Tatum has the best record of anyone in the competition against Bryce Cotton. In fact, Bryce Cotton has not won against Coach Tatum.
Wow.
And he's only scored more than 20 on one occasion in 5 games. So it tells you that they know what they're about, and of course they are well aware of what they need to do for Bryce.
No, and as you said, that's a pretty impressive stat. Not many would have that against Bryce, but once again, different team, different year, and different things going on, and obviously Bryce now being in Adelaide. I don't think they'll keep up that streak tonight, but also it's nice to come into a game knowing you've done a pretty good job on him before.
Well, Wani's always had that personality where he loves to get up and have that challenge, and that's something he will go at it tonight. He'll start in that spot and certainly be chasing him around.
It's a hectic campaign for both these teams. This is the first of 7 games in 21 days for Adelaide. For the Hawks, it's the second of 4 games in 8 days. So it's important to get some momentum building here. And as we know, the Hawks at the moment, 9th on the ladder with a 2-5 record. And they depend so much on this man, Tyler Harvey, who's one of only 5 players in the competition who's hit a 3 in every game he's played so far this season.
No, he's an elite talent, and obviously for them, he's kind of a bit of their barometer at the moment in how they can score the ball. I think in last year what they had was a variety, where at the moment with some guys in and out, it's been about Tyler, and for them, I think Davo coming back in, he needs to take a bit of that load off of him so that he can really be set free and feel like he can go out and just play his game.
And I think that's why you've seen Tyler's percentage drop this year, because he's had to force up some shots, which wasn't so necessary last year. And I agree, when Davo's back in that lineup, hopefully for them, it will free him up a little bit more and get him some good looks.
Well, let's take a look at the starting 5s, how they're going to roll them out in this game. And Adelaide are going to use the same 5 that they have used in all 7 games so far this season. And that is no surprise when you look at the talent that Coach Mike Wells has at his disposal. Important night for Isaac Humphries, I think, gentlemen, because he needs to stay out of foul trouble, because if they can get him in early foul trouble, then McGee could be dominant here.
And that's the big thing for Ice. He's going to have to come out tonight and really be aggressive from the start and actually show that he's here and ready for the contest, because JaVale has shown when he has the ability to play against smaller people, he can really exploit them.
And for the Illawarra Hawks, well, they've made 2 changes to the team that was humbled by New Zealand on Friday night. That 42-point loss, their biggest ever home defeat in franchise history. Davo Hickey starts for the first time this season in his 2nd game back from injury. And Jonah Bolden's going to be inserted into the starting 5 at the expense of Mason Peatling. And no Jackson Ball in this game either, who started the other night. He's gone back to New Zealand because he has to do his Year 12 exams. That's what can happen when you're 17 years old and the youngest player in the competition.
Don't remember back that far, but
we wish him well.
Yeah, absolutely, no, that's great. But look, this is the team, when we spoke about Illawarra at the beginning of the season, that we expected to be the starters. So I'm happy that they've gone this way. Enough of what's happened so far. The team's back, they're ready to go. They've got a big chunk of games coming up. I like the way they've made the changes.
And Jace, we saw Davo Hickey, 6 points, 6 assists, but 5 turnovers in his first game back from injury on Friday night. You'd expect he's going to have better numbers than that in this game, and they need him to.
Yeah, I think he just tried to overplay his hand a bit the other night, and obviously it got away from them as a group. So Davo's the kind of guy to me that seems to try and push the note. He doesn't let it happen to him. And so for him tonight, just find the game easy. Just take what you see in front of you and then just slowly find your way into the game.
There is Davo Hickey. Grand final MVP last season, as anointed by the man who picked up the award. Matthew Dellavedova had handed it over. And what a series that was, within some of those moments. Look, this hasn't been a happy hunting ground for the Illawarra Hawks, because they have struggled here, lost their last 5. They haven't won here for 4 years. In fact, when they first came to Adelaide, it took them 8 years to get their first win in South Australia. But for those people who are suggesting that the Hawks might be here for an upset win, well, I hear their thoughts on that, and JaVale McGee is going to be crucial for them. So we are set to go here in Adelaide. It is the Illawarra Hawks who control the tip. And we'll have first opportunity here. Michael Aylen, Alex McEwen and Travis Stewart, the three referees involved. And straight away they go to McGee, and he's too big for Zylan Cheatham.
Well, that's an interesting fight up as well. You mentioned Isaac Humphries there, Jason. He hasn't posted up against him, or guarding him, I should say. That Cheatham one, you want to keep going back to that if you're Illawarra.
No, it's definitely interesting. I think what Mike might be trying to do is make sure Ice doesn't get some cheap ones early here.
Humphries under pressure, retrieves it against Bolden. Shot clock to red numbers here. He dishes outside. Cheatham got McGee in the air and comes up with his opening score. Nice response from Zylan Cheatham, who's coming off his best game as a sixer. 21 points, 12 boards, 9 assists against Melbourne last Sunday. And they've got the answers early here, Illawarra.
We just saw Justin Tatum there talking to JaVale and say, stay on the ground on that Cheatham one. He did not need to jump in that last possession, but beautiful offense there from Illawarra. Great screen and good move from Dave O'Hickey.
Cheatham, a poor pass. Asked a lot there of Flynn Cameron, and no surprise he couldn't reel that in. They turned it over for the first time. Flynn Cameron looking to make amends as well after he was kept quiet in the loss to Melbourne last weekend. And a massive crowd, another sellout here in Adelaide, as has been the norm. 26 consecutive sellouts here at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre. 10,000 plus in the house, and here's Bolden from close range.
And this is something I like to see Jonah Bolden in that 4 spot with JaVale. Great cut. JaVale opened it up. There's Flynn Cameron, and Davo says no.
Dave O'Hickey with the enormous defensive play. Just pinned the ball there from Flynn Cameron. McGee against Cheatham and Humphries in tandem. Couldn't get it done. So Bryce Cotton gets away from Swami. Now it's Humphries. Again lost the handle, reaching in. And foul's going to be called on the Hawks. It's going to be their first foul of the game. Jonah Bolden picks up with it.
Here's the Dave O'Hickey. He's come back from injury, and that's something he has always been able to do with the athleticism and a great chase down from behind. Good one for the kids there. Never give up.
Hawks by 4, 2 minutes played. Cotton getting plenty of attention. Now here's Hickey. Cheatham ahead of him. Flynn Cameron joining in. Reaching in, Cameron stripped him of possession. So a mixed start here as Cameron beats Cheatham down in the low block and a mismatch against Tyler Harvey. Uses Humphries. Surprised he didn't want to take on the mismatch down there.
Oh.
And a double dribble is called.
Well, Zylan Cheatham needed to take that shot.
Yeah, that
was a switch. Yeah, go.
Yeah, no, that's for one for me. He gets Tyler Harvey on the block and he's looking to pass straight away. You've got to at least look at the ring and make JaVale come and double you. At least have a presence there rather than just trying to pass.
Bolden gets it from Swakalabulik, and now Hickey. Waiting for Harvey to get involved. Got away from Cameron, confronted by Humphries. Outside, Dave O'Hickey gets a good look. It's off the mark, and Cheatham puts a stop to it. The Hawks have had plenty of it so far. 3 of 6 from the field. Adelaide 1 of 2 so far with 3 turnovers. That's been the start they were after. And again, Cheatham, his first thought was to pass. And missed the shot, but they've coughed it up and given it to Vasiljevic, and he draws a foul and will go to the strike.
Great hustle there by DJ stayed in the contest, but once again, going back to your point there, Case and Zylan, he's just got to look at the ring. I just think he's missing some opportunities to really just... He come out with 6 points right now to tie a ball game, but he just wanted to make the pass too quickly for me.
Vasiljevic 11 of 11 from the free throw line this season. Absolutely outstanding. In fact, he's now 40 of 43 this calendar year. Getting into Jason Cadee type territory there with free throw shooting.
That's much better than me, Case, much better.
Mike Wells happy that they've steadied the ship here.
I thought he was saying you get a lot of calls, Jason.
Oh, I used to. That's why I retired. I stopped getting calls.
Outside shot wouldn't work again, so none of 2 for the Hawks from deep. And Bryce Cotton hasn't had the chance to take a shot just yet. Again, attracting plenty of attention. Here's Vasiljevic, pass Hickey, confronted by Bolden, picks up the dribble, and Cameron, the left-hander, fires, and he drains the triple, and Adelaide are in front for the first time. Harvey, waved on by Coach Tatum, beats Bolden, he fires off the mark. So none of 3 from deep. Weathered the early storm here, Adelaide. Cotton reaching in, Swakala-Bullock's going to be called for the foul. 3rd team foul on the Hawks and his first.
Well, this is where Bryce is just so tough. He's able to come down. No one comes over to the screen at the start. And Isaac Humphries started to move and he just made a play. And he knows exactly what he's doing, takes himself to the free throw line.
Bryce Cotton has hit more free throws than any other player in the competition. 47 of 50 at 94%. Putting together some extraordinary numbers in his debut season with Adelaide at 29 points a game to lead the competition. 2 steals to lead that category and 3rd in assists at 6 a game. He's doing it all.
Well, here's an interesting sub. JaVale McGee coming out. Only played 13 minutes on Friday night. I expected to see a number of minutes from him today. Don't think there's any injury of any type, but brought him out early.
Mike Wells has a history with JaVale McGee. Spent time together at Washington. Way back when both were in the NBA. So peeling onto the floor quickly. Swakala-Bullock, single digits on the shot clock. Wants to take on Bryce Cotton. And foul is going to be called on Adelaide. It's their first. Cotton gets his first personal.
Go 2 here, let's go guys, 2. Line up please.
So a 3-point edge for Adelaide. Middle stages of this opening term. Last time the Hawks were in town was last season, back in January on the 13th on a Monday night. And Dave O'Hickey gave away burgers. So fans here enjoy their Hungry Jacks. I spoke to Davo about it pre-game and he said, well, that should make me pretty popular here in Adelaide, shouldn't it? And I said, well, it will if you can give them away again.
It still won't, though.
QJ Peterson checks into the game for his first minutes as well. Mixed start for him in his opening game. Just 1 of 10 from the field, 1 of 6 from long range for his 4 points in that heavy defeat against New Zealand on Friday. Cotton, pocket pass. Here's Cheatham, this time aggressively. Couldn't find the target, but Humphries cleans up for him.
And that's the one we spoke about earlier. I think that's where he's got to have a license to shoot that, knowing that they've drawn 2 and Isaac can then clean that up.
Come on, DC.
Here's Greeder, spinning baseline, confronted by Cheatham. Now Peterson, well, he worked to an opening, got it in rhythm and comes up with a finish.
Well, I was watching him on Friday night. You could just see he was short of a gallop, and I think having those minutes under his belt, he came out here today, he was out shooting early, knocked a lot of them down. He could be a game changer that they need from the outside.
Here's Cameron firing from deep, that's off the mark. Greeder behind the back, pass Cotton. Nice set of tricks there from Greeder, but not the finish. And Cameron has got White ahead of him. Humphries joining in as well. Isaac White open. Can't convert. So Adelaide 1 of 3 from deep.
He had 2 Isaacs there, and I think he hit the wrong one.
There, Isaac did go rim to rim. Humphries, that is, and he did have an open layup.
Harvey shut down by Humphries, and now Cameron. Look at Adelaide run here. 4 on 2 fast break, and Isaac White, well, he couldn't get it done from close range. Humphries draws the foul and gets to the strike.
Well, this was a problem on Friday night. Turnovers or forced shots from Illawarra just allowed New Zealand to do whatever they wanted on the offensive end, and you could see that last possession there. A couple of early looks, a missed shot, another turnover, and Adelaide off to the races.
16 turnovers for the Illawarra Hawks on Friday night. They've averaged 16 turnovers this year, Illawarra, which is the most in the league. Last season, they were the best in the league.
They're just costly case as well, because the turnovers you're giving, especially in this league now, with the pace that is played, it's just allowing teams to just go. And obviously in this venue, no one does it much better than Adelaide.
Humphries completes the deal there. Adelaide 6 of 6 from the free throw line. Hawks 2 of 2 so far. Justin Tatum with plenty on his plate at the moment. Tick over 4 minutes left here. Opening quarter action. Adelaide by 2. kick in for McGee down low. Against Rakocevic, who slaps around the body from behind, is going to be called for the foul. Only the second team foul on Adelaide. The Hawks have 4 team fouls here with more than 4 minutes left on the clock. It's an area they're going to have to make some adjustments in.
We see the foul here as he reaches in. And Brad, to your point before around them subbing JaVale in and out, I actually feel like there's a real emphasis to go to him. They're running this cross-screen play a lot for him, which is maybe a bit of a design to say, we'll give him a few breaks, but we're going to go at you and go to you as often as possible.
From close range, couldn't find the target. Reaching in, McGee can't afford to foul. Will send Adelaide to the strike. And Justin Tatum ordering his team get back and do not foul. It's Isaac White resumes his battle with Greed. A good screen top of the key there from Rakocevic. They spin it around the perimeter. Harris is off the mark though. Tatum wanting his team to get up the floor quickly. Peterson gave it to McGee, really ready for it, and that's paid the penalty. Another turnover. Cotton will be fouled by Peterson. And Peatling and Harris collide at the end of the play as well.
Well, that's actually on the point guard, QJ. He should not have given that ball right there to JaVale McGee. That's just an ugly turnover. Now, this one, look, to me, they're unsportsmanlike. I think they're going to have to talk. They're going to talk about that. But, Jace, do you see that as an unsportsmanlike? Because that's a layup giving it.
In previous years, that wouldn't have even been talked about. It would have been just called. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's upgraded. Just
review for C3, please.
As they talk about it there. But just given that he reached Bryce in the open court, we just would have seen that called straight away. So
Could you also check for clear path foul as well?
But personally, I think if you're giving those, it'll just stop them moving the rest of the season. People won't do them. Like that, to me, is Bryce Cotton for a layup.
And he just reached. If he actually got his body in front and fouled with his body, it would have been fine. But I think it's because he reached.
Yeah, it is.
As we see it upgraded.
Got a review. Clear path. So no one between them and the bars. Cancel.
So QJ Peterson picks up an unsportsmanlike foul.
Got a review. There was nobody ahead of the play, so it was a clear path foul. Correct. Clear path foul. Okay. Thank you.
Explanation from Michael Aylen there for Justin Tatum.
Yes.
Sure he agrees with it, but he's going to have to live with it. So free throws and possession, but also now another indiscretion. It could be an ejection. So Peterson needs to be on his best behaviour now for picking up the unsportsmanlike foul. Adelaide from the free throw line this year, they get there a lot and they convert at 83%, which is best in the competition. And right now 8 of 8 and they lead by 4.
It helps Case when Bryce Cotton's shooting a lot of those free throws because he doesn't miss many.
Cotton. That's it from White. Myers over Greeter quickly. Caught it deep. Loose ball. Rakocevic kept it alive against Peatling. So they reset. White exploring. Oh, Greeter poleaxed by a Rakocevic screen at the top of the key. Still collecting his thoughts. Back to his feet now, but that was a heavy hit. Here he is at the other end trying to regather himself. Can't convert. Loose ball. Cotton came up with it. Well, Greeter gets down and found it on the deck. Great hustle from Dan Greeter. He's still counting his teeth at the moment. Inside the last 3 minutes of the opening term. They use McGee down low. Shows it to Rakocevic. Got the double team from Harris. Ball spills out of court. And Hawks will restart.
And that's something I think Illawarra needs to do better. They have got a tendency when they throw the ball into JaVale just to watch. You need to get cuts. You saw Jonah Bolden do it in the first play or two and got a layup. And that time Dave O'Hickey did the same thing. You can't just stand and watch. Got to move.
Peterson, shot clock in red numbers, works to the foul line. Nothing on offer. Retreats. Swakala Bullock fires. That's off the mark. Hawks 1 of 5 from long range, and that's good defense there from Adelaide. Just got after them and didn't let them have anything easy. So Adelaide made a habit of starting well. They're 6-1 in first quarters this season, Adelaide. And they're hard to run down, and that's why they're third on the ladder at the moment. Rasmussen, Rakocevic, they stand off him, invite him to fire. He can't make them pay. Kenyon kept it alive, so 5 bench players on the floor here at the moment for Adelaide. Hawks 3 starters out there, and Peatling, who has been a regular starter. Michael Harris, his finger roll wouldn't work. Peterson has got Swakala Bullock ahead of him. Joining in Peatling and now McGee. Hickey late to arrive, and Peterson a little out of control. It's coughed it up. They've given it away again, and Harris, the athlete, challenges Hickey, who said, no way!
What a play.
Great defensive work again from Davo Hickey. Second massive block, and at the other end, Swakala Bullock's going to come up with the finishing touches.
That's Davo Hickey just working hard. Yep. Like you said before, he doesn't give up, and that's one thing where he's built his career off. When you talk about Davo, it's doing all the effort things and little stuff, and that's why people love playing alongside him. For Adelaide here, though, this is a group I don't know I've seen much of. A week off and they've got to a full bench crew. Where do the points come from right now?
Rasmussen hands over Harris. He's blocked. Good defence again from Davo Hickey. Well, Hickey with 3 blocks here in the opening quarter. McGee, he steps over the top of Harris, beats Peatling, who from close range couldn't get it done. And they're going to call basket interference, and the 2 will count.
Well, you called it there, Jace. Look at the subs coming in now. 4 starters coming back. But I feel Adelaide have let Illawarra off the hook here. It's 15-all, and you talk about they've got 6 offensive rebounds, Adelaide. They've already shot 8 free throws. And really, they're lucky to not be, well, Illawarra are lucky. They've got 4 turnovers. They should be down by 10, 15 here.
Well, when Bryce went to the free throw line before, they put them up 4. I thought this is a crucial time for Illawarra because it's a moment with Adelaide you can see him get away. But the change-up of a full lineup really just took away any of that momentum.
Cotton. Minute to play, opening quarter. Vasiljevic continues his streak of knocking down a 3 in every game he's played this season. So it's a 3-point bar for Hickey exploring. Oh, that's a neat finish in all sorts of traffic.
Beautiful. Jace, I got to ask you, I don't understand why there's so many subs. Like, in general, not just tonight I'm talking about. It just seems like you're looking to get players off the bench on rather than letting players out there play that are feeling rhythm.
I think we've moved to a lot of premeditated substitutions at times where we plan out the game before. When I understand the planning that goes into it, but part of me also says you've got to have a feel as Bryce goes bang. You've got to have a feel for what's going on in front of you. And as I sit here right now, I just don't think that was a moment for that, and it wasn't needed.
The other end from close range. Branchfield comes up with his first score in the game. They're hanging tough here, the Hawks. Down 2. Last play of the first term. It's been up-tempo, entertaining. Adelaide looking to win the opening quarter. The 7th time in 8 games here in the driver's seat with Cotton against Swakala Bullock. Elevates for the 3, this time off the mark. McGee the rebound from 3-quarter court. It's after the event. But the first quarter concludes here. It's been entertaining, and it's Adelaide in front by 2. Adelaide 21, Illawarra 19. More Hungry Jacks NBL coming at you right after this.
Before you let go of your medal or skateboard, the person that knocks over the most pins is the winner. And we've chucked a ladder there just to make it even more difficult. That is occupational health and safety. And we're just going to wait a second. We think, thanks to their awards. My goodness. All right, $500 up for grabs from the winner. Are you guys ready or what? 3 steps before you let go. We look like we are good. We hope. Get ready. Here we go. 3 steps before you let go. 3, 2, 1, let's go. That's more than 3 steps. That's okay. Knock it down. Oh, wow. I think we've got a really good this. Yeah, God, really skew it. I think it's a team down here that are the winners. And congratulations over here. That is mega. Thank you very much to Mega Awards on the front of our jersey issue. Don't forget, these Indigenous jerseys. We've got a signed TJ once again, and plenty more as well. Let's get into the second quarter. Thank you, Mega Awards.
here in Adelaide. A much better start for the Hawks, trailing the 36ers by just 2 points. They've come in with more focus and effort in this one. They actually had shoot-around this morning and brought in Joey Wright to speak to the group. Championship-winning coach, former 36ers coach. I'm told they had some stern words and set themselves a standard to live up to today, so we're seeing what they're made of.
Thanks very much, Joe. 7 lead changes and 3 times tied in an entertaining first term as Cotton rushes toward the hoop. Oh, supported by Cheatham, who flew upstairs.
Wow, that spring of Cheatham. It's like off a trampoline. He just goes boing and straight up and throws it down.
Similar to when we used to jump.
Yeah, right, on an 8-foot ring, though.
Shot clock to 10 here for Tyler Harvey. Bolden being physical down low against Humphries. Worried out of the points, and Cotton leads the charge again. 7 in the opening quarter for Bryce to lead all scorers. Vasiljevic, good penetration, tough shot, couldn't finish it, and the Hawks have got the loose ball. Hickey takes it from Harvey, goes to Blanchfield, yes!
Great pass by Davo Hickey. Blanchfield had a 3 before, but he up fake and got the layup, and it's nice to see him go through because he can be a game changer for Illawarra.
Cameron guarded by Davo Hickey. Shot clock works to 10 for Adelaide. Pocket pass Humphries. That was pretty to watch.
That's a great action. That's a great action. They brought out both bigs and made it look like they were going to set an away screen for DJ Vasiljevic. And what that did is it opened up the lane for Isaac's roll. I'm sure Mike will be cutting that up in video as a great play from him.
A nice finish from Tyler Harvey with his first score in the game. Both teams keen to play up tempo here at the moment. 90 seconds done, term number 2 in front of another sellout crowd in Adelaide. 36ers. With Cheatham rolling down low. Short-armed it. Can't convert, and a chance here for the Hawks. Maybe to poke their noses back in front. Both teams in front in the first term. Harvey exploring. Now Bolden for Blanchfield. Shot clock to 10. Hickey looking to post up Vasiljevic down low. Boomer's squad teammates inside Swakala. Bullock well timed. Body from Cotton on the shot. They couldn't get a call. And Justin Tatum's not happy about it either. There appeared to be contact on the shot there. Here's Humphries spinning on Blanchfield. Likes his chances against a smaller opponent. And the late whistle provided here is going to make Justin Tatum even more angry.
Well, we heard Tatum before worrying about this man, Jonah Bolden. It looks like he's done something. He's just coming off. You could see him limbering to the groin area there on the left. And he ran up and down. And we heard Justin Tatum say something's going on with him. So we'll see if Joe's on there. But looks like he has strained it.
And Brad, something on the box score grabbed your attention at quarter time as well?
Yeah, like I said before, I just thought, number one, they gave up 31 points on Friday night at Illawarra, so they will be happy to only give up 21, but 14-2 points in the paint. And also on their 7 turnovers, so just way too many there. However, 7 assists on 8 makes.
That's promising, isn't it? Something to work with. Adelaide missed from the stripe for the first time. They're 8 of 10, Hawks 2 of 2. This is Blanchfield wheeling to the top. He's off the mark. Can't get the 3 ball happening at just 28% this season. Todd Blanchfield, and that was after he was in outstanding form as the NBL1 East MVP at Illawarra. Shot the lights out. Here's Vasiljevic. Looks at the shot clock at the other end, and right now it rolls to red numbers for him. In traffic. And Cameron quickly elevates, and he knocks down the 3.
Flynn bailed DJ out there. That was one on that kick out for DJ, who's not had a massive gain this year. I sense it's around the corner, but he's got to shoot that one. That's one for him. He might not feel like he's had enough of a rhythm, but Flynn definitely bailed him out there with the last second shot.
Blanchfield for Harvey. Hasn't seen a lot of it, Tyler, but he works to the spot at the top of the key, and he's off the mark as well. So 2 of 8 from long range, the Hawks. Not problems from deep. Adelaide 4 of 10 from long range. Cotton works inside and adds another 2. He's got 9, and Justin Tatum wants timeout.
Well, that man there, Bryce Cotton, he just put him in a spin cycle there. Looked like he was going to go left, went right, and just a nice little floater off the glass. Bryce Cotton doing Bryce Cotton things.
Game high 6-point lead here for the Adelaide 36ers. It's 9 points to 5 since quarter time. And of course, round 7, Indigenous round in the Hungry Jacks NBL. And this is a nice moment pre-game between the only 2 Indigenous assistant coaches in the competition, Joel Carlew on the left and Kerry Williams on the right, both good Queenslanders. And a terrific moment for them just to acknowledge one another as we celebrate all the Indigenous players who have made such an impact in the Hungry Jacks at NBL, and Kerry Williams certainly fits into that category. And Joel Carlew, interestingly, actually took the reins of the Illawarra Hawks during the Blitz when Justin Tatum had just got back in the country after coaching in Indonesia, and finished with a win and a loss. And yes, they both got designs on the head coach's job. Of course, Kerry Williams was in the frame to replace Adam Ford at Cairns before Adam Ford came back to Cairns just in the pre-season.
Both have done many great things, especially in that NBL1 environment where they've come through the juniors, and both from North Queensland where they did a lot of their coaching. And I think Joel coming down to Wollongong, that came out of nowhere. He's joined, and obviously they've got a lot of faith in him because he took most of the pre-season. So not only did he do the Blitz, he had most of that pre-season of getting him ready for the season, which is a big responsibility.
Well, he won 5 championships in Queensland with Mackay Meteors NBL 1 level, and also part of the under-19 Australian World Cup team. And we know that Kerry Williams has been on Boomer's duty as well as an assistant coach. So plenty of upside for those 2, and we celebrate not only them but all the Indigenous people and the impact they've had in the Hungry Jacks at NBL, including these fantastic jerseys that Adelaide are wearing here in this game.
Yeah, beautiful. Really nice set there for Illawarra as well. Look to post up JaVale Heatling. Flashed high and then pulled through. It was very nice. But Case, the important thing to ask here is we've had, 13 and a half minutes, and this is the first time Jason's been back in Adelaide. How much are you wanting to get back on the court?
I get asked every arena I walk into, do you miss it?
Yeah, but this is the old arena.
No, tonight got me. Tonight got me. I walked back in and I was like, I'm not a player, I'm just here to show up. And it was a weird feeling. It still is sitting here watching, but this is a great environment. In case you've seen this firsthand, it is one of the atmospheres of the league it's turned into, and I thoroughly enjoyed playing in front of these fans.
Our best seat in the house as we go courtside to Joe Healy.
Thanks, Case. We're just listening to the Hawks huddle there. Pretty simple from Justin Tatum. He said, guys, they've got 8 O-boards already. We need to clean that up. We also need to be really pushing the pace, as hopefully you'll see here.
Well, Hickey being waved on by Justin Tatum. Puts it on the deck, ran into Kenyon, needs help, got in the air. Well, luckily got it to Peterson. They have been impressed with Adelaide's defence here. They've got the answer so far, although Hickey makes them pay as he gets down low to add the 2. 6 in the game now for Davo Hickey on 3 of 4 shooting. And now Mike Wells wants to chat about it as the margin is halved.
Well, that man there missed 6 games, obviously, through the eye injury here, and we'll see the Amy replay. Question marks of whether he'll start as the point guard, but Justin Tatum said he has earned that right. And you look at it right now, that is a pure point guard, athleticism, and takes it to the hole. Davo Hickey, great job.
And it's the patience he's playing with tonight. I think the other night he came back with this edge of, I'm back, I've got to be everywhere. Where tonight I feel like he's played more controlled. Yes, he's come up with some spectacular blocks, but offensively I feel like he's actually slowed the ball game down for him. And when you take on the lead role of being a point guard, you really have to take control of the game at times, even if it suffers your game yourself.
He did so well as part of the 2025 Asia Cup gold medal win in Saudi Arabia earlier this year. Davo Hickey had led the game in assists 4 of the 6 games that the Boomers played, and really turned it on, like 15 and 8 in one game against Qatar. And speaking of greats, well, I don't get much greater here in Adelaide than the chairman of the boards, Mark Davis, sitting front row here. And boy, isn't he famous here in Adelaide, 3-time championship winner.
He'd still kick it this time in this league. He can step out, shoot threes. You'd probably say I'm a little bit older now, but I've still got it. It's okay. But wasn't he fantastic? Oh, God, he was hard to play against. He was so strong.
Part of the Adelaide 36ers Hall of Fame, along with Ken Cole and Brett Maher, Al Green, Darryl Pearce, Phil Smythe, Scott Ninnis and Mike Mackay.
Are they the most represented?
Here's Isaac White in the corner knocking down the 3. I'll come back to you, Brad, but that's 5 triples now at 42% for Adelaide. 6-point bar for the margins, never been bigger. McGee against Kenyon, too big, too strong, but from close range can't finish it. Rakocevic puts a stop to it. 18-15, Adelaide lead the rebound count at the moment, and 7-2 on the O-boards as well, as Kenyon takes it from White. Looking for Bryce Cotton. Greeter just denying him for the moment as the shot clock rolls to single digits, and Cameron wants some movement. They get it to Cotton, goes behind the back. Peatland stopped him in his tracks. Breeder in support. Peatling rushes down low, and he earns a trip to the stripe.
They did a great job then, Illawarra, of what you said earlier before too, Brad, about trying to take the ball away from Bryce and then just make him see a crowd. Make him see a crowd, and can we make him force something he doesn't want to? As you see it here, jumps out at him, gets a turnover, then just pushes down. Flynn tries to get back in the contest, but Mason does a great job of just going hard and trying to finish there. Back to Davo quickly, Case. You're one with stats. He started at point guard tonight. Has there been anyone as a point guard who's had 3 blocks in the first quarter?
I reckon that.
Wow, that's a good one.
I doubt that would have happened. I was going to try and reference it to the amount of blocks that you had and Brad Rosen had combined, and I think he might have beaten you in
our
quarter.
career.
500 games between you.
Jason, 498.
When you're ready, back.
I don't know if the viewers can see it from home, but sitting here on the sideline, especially just right behind Justin Tatum here, you can sense how much they've got into the group after the game the other night and how much they're trying to extract everything. There's no let-offs right now. He's coaching every possession like it's the end of the game.
Love hearing Joey Wright have a chat with him. That's fantastic.
I know exactly how that chat would have gone.
Again, they find the corner 3. This time wide off the mark. Peatling grabs the rebound. Game being waved on by Justin Tatum in front of our commentary position. 4.5 to play until the major break. Adelaide by 5. Peterson elevates. That's way off the mark.
And that's where he's got to get used to playing with the big man. He could have just thrown that up at the rim, and he's going to go and find it, or at least kick it from one side to the next. But it's a difficult process, finding your feet, but you've got to look for your teammates when you're playing that role.
Kenyon. Well done, Greeder. Denied Cotton the ball there. Kept him off it. And that's a win for the Hawks. The longer they can do that. Greeder sacrificing his own game. White. Penetration. Confronted by McGee. Gets Kenyon a look from outside. And Matt Kenyon comes up with his first score. Another funky lineup here from Adelaide, going with Isaac Humphries. I presume Kenyon playing the 4. Here's Harvey working on Harris. Forced to fire and comes up with a finish as well, Tyler Harvey.
Sometimes good offense just beats good defense.
Isaac White, penetration against Peterson, nothing on offer, retreats to Humphries. And again, a big screen, and Greeder this time gets something back here as the foul is called on Isaac Humphries. He has taken some big screens here in this one, Dan Greeder, but he's a tough customer.
Well, have a look at this defense here. Outstanding work. You see Greeder, and he's just working so hard, and there's the moving screen, but it's the 3 or 4 possessions before that as well, where he's come out now in the game, but an exhausting sitting on the end of the bench, but brilliant minutes.
3.5 minutes left until the major break. Swaka Bullock and McGee combined. Top of the key is Peterson trying to shake Isaac White. Works into some space. A wraparound pass from McGee, but he's got no room to operate down there. But he draws a foul. It's going to be a 4th team foul on Adelaide here in this term as Isaac White gets his first personal.
And that's much better from QJ. Realised what the first one was, didn't like the shot. This time came in, maybe could have laid it up himself, but looked for his big man to reward him for those screens.
Now Adelaide are going to have to make some adjustments in terms of fouls. Here's Hickey from close range, adding to his tally, up to 8 on 4 of 5 from the field. Hutchin cut to 4. Humphries hands over, Cotton caught it, quick elevation, off the mark. Humphries can only succeed in knocking it down out of bounds, so the Hawks will restart here.
Here we go.
Adelaide coming into this game averaging 90 points per game, 3rd in the competition. 36 at this stage will be a win for the Hawks as Peterson wheels again and caught it in rhythm, overshot it. Blanchfield the O-board. McGee isolated one-on-one against Humphries. He gets it done. Draws a foul, a second personal on Isaac Humphries.
Credit Toddy Blanchfield there. Stayed in the contest, dropped it straight off to JaVale as he had that seal, and JaVale just too big, too strong down there. As we look at the Amy replay, and as I said, just turns, goes straight up, and that's one for Isaac. It's probably, I see what he's trying to do, but you probably don't foul on that one. He had your beat, just let him finish it.
I'm just not sure about this team for Adelaide. If you can try and isolate Bryce Cotton, I'm not sure where their scores are coming from. I think I'd have to go back to DJ here.
And that's probably been a little bit of their rap at the moment, right? Just where do they find scores when Bryce isn't going? And as a group, they've got to figure that out. And we've probably got to see them start to use DJ, especially when teams are doing this and trying to really get all over Bryce.
Oh, foul going to be called here. Now the Hawks straight away are looking at the monitor. They're not convinced about this.
I think he got him on the arm, so I don't think I'll see a challenge.
Well, they just asked him and he's waved it away as if to say, don't challenge.
It's only a second team foul in this quarter. We'll get another look at it here.
Swipe down. Just right there, got him. But you're right, Brad. What do they go to? I think they've got to move the ball and find someone else to be a little bit more aggressive, as that's a great...
Well, McGee, now he wants to check this. Thought it was a clean block. Called for the foul. Hasn't been called for a foul in the game as yet, McGee. That will be his first if it stands. And free throws to come for Adelaide. We mentioned that Illawarra's lost to New Zealand on Friday by 42 as their biggest ever home loss. There you see the replay. Thoughts, gentlemen?
Can't challenge goaltending. It's not challengeable.
Well, it was a goaltend from my view of that. I actually thought it was a goaltend, not a foul.
Right. Yeah, I didn't think it was a foul. And as they said, you just heard it. You can't challenge the goaltend. But I thought Illawarra may have had a chance to challenge that. Probably just not clear enough for them.
Well, Kenyon misses both there after he made his only previous 2 free throws this season. So Hawks back to within 1 after they were down 8. They've scored the last 7 here in the space of 90 seconds. And they're grabbing some momentum. Hickey being good. Push shot. Couldn't finish it from close range. McGee does, and the Hawks are back in front.
Smart from Davo Hickey. Doesn't matter if you miss, you've got the man-mountain giant down there who can just tip it in.
9 unanswered points here from Illawarra. Has got Adelaide thinking about it. Harris, Cameron. 9 on the shot clock as they work it to Cheatham. He doesn't want to take him on. Red numbers now. Cameron forced to fire. It's off the mark. Hickey the rebound. And they're off and running again. Harvey. Greeter in support says, I'll go solo. Can't finish it. Although Greeter almost kept it alive. He worked it out of court off Flynn Cameron. The Hawks will get it back here.
Greeter doing an outstanding job. Hasn't scored any points, but his defense has been great. Just crashed the glass there, enabled it to knock over. He's really given them fantastic minutes today.
I think he's a great asset for them to have because you know what he's going to do each game. It might not always work out, but he's going to play so hard that you at least can rely on someone to change the energy of your group.
Hickey wanting to muscle up against the MVP, then overcooked it. So the fans have been silenced here in Adelaide. The Hawks up 1, a little over a minute out from half-time, and Cheatham again looks for support provided by Cotton. Now Kenyon in the corner. Cameron working on Tyler Harvey, confronted by McGee, forced to pass as well. Vasiljevic, they kept the ball moving and they came up with a finish.
And that was a difference there. It wasn't just stand and watch. They moved the ball, multiple penetrations, and then they end up getting the ball in the right hands for a catch and shoot opportunity.
Foul on Flynn Cameron. So free throws to come here for the Hawks. Adelaide over the limit. This is a great contest. We thought it might be between these teams. I wanted to ask both of you, we mentioned this big loss on Friday night and trying to bounce back. Get a look at another foul there. But you've both been in this situation. Jason, you lost by 37 in New Zealand back in 2023. And then bounced back to win by 11 against Perth in the following game. And Brad Rosen, well, you lost by 48 up in Townsville when playing as captain for Sydney, and then bounced back the following week to win by 35 against Canberra.
That was a 48-minute game, Case.
Big turnarounds, but what's the mindset? How do Illawarra make sure that, where does it all start?
A little bit of forgive and forget, but also just addressing it and moving on. Like, I think as a group, sometimes you can be on the road or in certain situations. For them, it was at home where the game just gets away from you as we go to a timeout. And you've just got to reassess and move on super quickly.
Yeah, I agree with Jace, but sometimes you just go back to your room and you look in the mirror and you just realise that's just not good enough. It's not who we are. And really, you don't need to say a lot. I know Tatum came into the press conference on Friday, and he didn't yell and rave and rant because they just know it's not good enough, and that's what usually happens.
Good to get those insights of the former stars here. And let's get some insights now from Justin Tatum, who was asked pre-game about trying to contain Bryce Cotton.
How do you slow down Bryce? A couple of teams have been able to a little, others obviously have not. What is the plan today?
You know, just help Swak and DG and Davo, guys who are going to be mandatory playing against Bryce today. Just help them out team-oriented. You know, Bryce is going to get hot. He's probably 40% of their offense scoring-wise. So we, you know, just pay attention to detail, make things difficult, and hopefully just...
Been such an asset to this organisation, Justin Tatum. And as I mentioned, only coach in the competition that's never lost to Bryce Cotton. A 5-0 record against him, and only once has Bryce got above 20 against Justin Tatum. Premier of South Australia, Peter Malinauskas in the house with the 36ers owner, Grant Kelly. So we've got the Premier, we've got the Chairman of the Boards, we've got Jason Kadee. It's a who's who of the sporting and public world here in South Australia today, Brad. You must be pleased to be here.
With you two sitting here, the Lord Mayor and Jason Kadee.
That's what I was about to say. We missed saying Casey's in the house. That's the real star of the show.
Now, that happens regularly, and I don't think anyone minds if I'm not here. We head toward half-time with a contest that is tied at 39. Cheatham on the deck against Peatling, who flops. He may end up with a warning for that. They kept it alive, but still can't convert, and the Hawks get it back.
Well, I agree with you. That was a flop, and it should be called. And he didn't need to do that, but he got up and blocked the next one, and that was great defence.
2-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock here. Hickey works on White. Good pass, well timed. Oh, what a block, Cheatham! And basket interference is called, and Cheatham said it wasn't.
It didn't look like it from here.
From the quick angle, it looked like he just went up and slapped it against the backboard, if anything, but we will see.
I'm just processing the play.
So we play on. Last play of the first half. Adelaide looking to get it done. And Bryce Cotton goes to the free throw line with a chance to tie it away at 41.
2 shots. 2 outs. Let's go, guys. 2.
4 of 4 from the stripe so far. Adelaide 8 of 12 from the free throw line. The Hawks 7 of 9. Referees have had their hands full so far.
No, and there was the flop warning you spoke about too, Brad, on Mason Peatling there. But that can't happen for Illawarra. You do such a good job. You're 2 points up going into the half, and then Bryce Cotton, of all people, gets the ball and goes the length of the floor in 4 seconds, and you foul him. That's probably where, as a group...
We also have fake warning. Play before. 2 plays ago.
Fake warning.
First
we've heard of the fake warning. It's a new...
Sorry about that, guys.
Well, they've done a good job on Bryce Cotton because he's only hit 1 field goal in this quarter. That's 7 points at quarter time. Now he's got a pair from the stripe and 1 field goal. And Justin Tatum knows timeout. Tied at 41, 3.1 on the clock. Advance the ball and draw up a play here. Just grab some momentum and go in at halftime feeling good about yourselves. But it's been terrific effort from them. It's a sad story against New Zealand on Friday night. 52-34 it was at halftime there, and it got worse after that. But to be able to contain Adelaide and be on level terms or thereabouts, the major break is a win for the Illawarra Hawks.
It'll be interesting to see here how the Hawks run this. As you would think they're going to play some action off the ball and have Tyler coming for a 3, but also I love the action that can then slip to the ring and try and get someone for a quick score. But have a look at that tomorrow night. Eve in Melbourne.
Round 7 continues with Melbourne hosting the Sydney Kings, who are coming off that impressive win by 34 points, 37 points I should say, against Brisbane last night. Melbourne Cup Eve, as Brad Rosen told you, 7:30 Australian Eastern Daylight Time. Melbourne against Sydney, and United 9-0 on top of the ladder. Damon Lowry's bold prediction that they would not lose a game this year, not this season, but this year, will still holding true.
They've subbed in Harry Froling here, and I was about to say it, but he's going to act like I'm just pretending I knew, but he's a great inbounder, and I wouldn't be surprised if they're trying to hit JaVale long here and get 2 people running onto him.
Well, he
turned it over.
Tried to. Canyon stood in the way and knew what was coming. And now we've got a whistle. Look, a late whistle. It may even just be the half-time whistle. A lot happening here. And we're tied at 41. So half-time in Adelaide. After the 36ers held a 2-point lead at quarter time, we arrive at halftime and it is 41 apiece. And I think the Hawks will be pretty happy with that equation right now.
Yeah, I agree, Case. Of what happened on Friday night, down by 18, losing to New Zealand, you would take this any time.
Let's get some reaction courtside with Joe Healy.
Thanks, Case. I've got Isaac Humphries with me. A really tough battle out there with JaVale McGee. Can you talk me through that first half?
Yeah, he's a great player. Come down here, bring in great basketball. Tough matchup, but I think we'll just go in and hone in a little more on what we wanted to do there. And I think we've done pretty good. I mean, I think he had five points maybe in the half, so we'll live with that for sure. But we can definitely be better in that space, definitely.
It's not particularly high scoring out there. Offensively in this second half, what do you want to see different?
I think we're just battling out there, both teams. It's one of those games, bit scrappy, bit this and that. So, yeah, it may not be a high-scoring game, but I hope to just see our flow a little bit better this half. We'll talk about that in there and then come out and hopefully just get back to us a little bit more offensively.
True basketball. Good luck for the rest of it.
Thanks.
Well, I said it there. It is intense here at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre. We'll break down the first half when we come back. Scores are level, 41 apiece. You're watching the Hungry Jacks NBL.
With two teams of incredible basketball skill, can you please welcome the team captains here today, Sean Berger and Isaac Kraken here, which is absolutely awesome. Welcome to the Adelaide Entertainment Centre, guys. You've got your teams with you. It is very easy. It is the team to complete 3 layups, 3 free throws, and 3 three-pointers the quickest. We will give you some sixes hats. It's very easy. Still feel confident, aren't you?
Welcome back to the Hungry Jacks. NBL scores are level 41 apiece here at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre. It is tough, it is gritty, it feels like the purest form of basketball out there. I'm Joe Healy alongside Jace Kadee and Brad Rosen. Guys, talk me through these numbers from the first half.
Yeah, no, it's been an interesting first half. Just lots of back and forth where no team's really found a rhythm, and I think you can see that in the way they've shot the ball on both ends for both teams.
I just look at that field goal for Illawarra. It's 16, but it's come from 13 assists. That means they're sharing the ball. They're getting it from one side to the other. Illawarra would be very, very happy with where they're positioned, especially after Friday night, Joe.
What about one of the superstars for the 36ers, of course, five-time MVP, Bryce Cotton. 11 points to his name so far. What did you make of his first half?
Well, he's only taken 5 shots, so it's not like he's gone out there and he's missing a whole lot, but I think Illawarra have actually done a great job of just taking the ball out of his hands, swarming him, making him move so much off the ball, where Adelaide almost gets stagnant, and it's actually affecting their flow as a group offensively right now.
Yeah, I think one of the other things that affected him, we spoke about it in commentary, is some substitutions. He didn't have the guys with him all the time, so it just put so much more pressure, and it allowed Illawarra to play the defense that they wanted. But take nothing away from that man there. He is unbelievable, and he's able to put the ball in the hole when he needs to. But I thought Illawarra's defense was really good, especially Dan Greeter.
With Bryce Cotton here, as you can see, the Hungry Jacks halftime highlights and the Blackmores player profile. Do you want to see him get more involved, or are you happy with the way that they're sharing it around in offense?
Bryce is smart enough and he's done enough in this league that he'll find his own way, but I think for the rest of the group, when he's being doubled, some of them have to take some responsibility to actually go and look at the ring. At times it's too much towards him and not enough of, I'm going to make a play because he's already done his job of drawing 2.
Yeah, and I think that's where I was a bit critical of the substitutions, to be able to have those guys to knock the shot down. We saw DJ come off the bench, hit a 3. We've seen Isaac White, and that just frees up because then Illawarra have got to change their defense. Then Bryce Cotton can be the man.
Still a half to play here in Adelaide, but we have a massive game coming up tomorrow. It's Cup Eve. It's Melbourne United taking on the Sydney Kings. Melbourne undefeated. The Kings with a massive statement yesterday. What are you looking forward to in this one?
Oh, I'm excited. Obviously, anytime those teams go to battle, it's always a good one. And for us, I think we've got to see Sydney really come out and get after United.
Yeah, look, I agree. I think that team's Sydney's going to do it tough to go in there. I thought they did play well, like you said, but Melbourne United are just looking so great.
All right, well,
Let's go over to Paulie here at the moment. Come out, let's have a look at Paulie's kicks at the moment, which are absolutely amazing. Mate, tell us about the academy. You are, of course, a former NBL player, Canberra Cannons, and you are a big dog when it comes to basketball, but this is awesome and a very important round.
It's fantastic round. I guess it's not just about the jersey as well, it's also about having a bit of that conversation, but fantastic opportunity for us to express ourselves, but certainly proud of our National Basketball Academy and Martin designed the jersey for both 36ers and the Lions.
It looks absolutely incredible. Smart, come over here for a second, mate. Congratulations. Like this, the thing I love about Indigenous round of the jerseys is it's storytelling as well, and we've seen that. But for the people that don't know, talk about the design.
So, the main line you can see what's in jersey here is that we live in the rivers and waterways around the country. So, the Torrens River, the Port River, the Pregame, and the others. I think water is so essential for our life, for the plants to grow, for our animals to grow, and for us to survive. It's heavily linked to operations, so it's really important for us.
We see Uncle Mickey O'Brien, as I came earlier, with a live welcome to country, which is so significant and important as well. And we, of course, Paulie, someone like Paddy Williams, who's had such an incredible career in the NBA, telling the story about First Nations people.
Yeah, 100%. He's really lit the way, absolutely, with Nathan Illawarra and a few others, and we just want to see that continue to grow and hopefully get more athletes into the NBL and WNBL.
Why weren't you out there shooting around? Because you're a former NBL player.
I talk about the young people these days, right?
We love it. We love to shoot
Pulls the trigger. Wow. Now, look at the athleticism from Zylan Cheatham. Ripped that thing out of the air. Cheatham follows up, starts at one end, finishes at the other. Timeout, Melbourne. Cheatham comes up with it. Cotton lines to the basket, still can't score. Cheatham over the top.
Good.
That's a good look.
Green bean. Green bean, DJ. Boom. Thank you.
Oh, look out. Oh! Off the inbound, Zylan Cheatham flies.
Hey. No. Come on, let me hoop. DJ, you got to get Flynn. Up in. DJ, you got Finn. Good. That's right. Thank you.
Doyle, through contact.
That's good D. That's outstanding defense. Great job. Knock that down.
Left Flynn Cameron wide open. Fancy rebound, Cheatham.
Back.
Cameron baseline for Humphries.
Come on, Ice.
Cheatham tees one up. He's done everything else this afternoon.
Cheatham on an absolute heater here at John Cain Arena.
Oh, and one.
Can't score. Cameron underneath does. Timeout, Melbourne.
Yeah! Come on! Winning time. Let's go.
Rolls and jams.
And one. Move.
Cheatham.
Move.
Wants to take some responsibility. Silovic into the paint. Cheatham steps out, checks the feed. It goes. Zylan Cheatham is having himself an afternoon.
Mike, obviously a tough first half. You kept them to 41 though. Defensively, what was the message in the locker room?
Well, I just thought that our pickup points were lower than they should be. Our physicality on the ball and off the ball. There's just got to be a different sort of feel on defense. They've got to kind of feel where we're at, and there has to be a different presence.
What about offensively? How do you generate a bit more flow?
Yeah, I mean, we were just sort of all over the place, right? We had a couple of really good possessions. We had more bad possessions. It's about 0.5 reads. When you catch the ball, you got to know what you're going to do with it.
Thanks for the time.
Yeah, thanks.
Mike Wells there with Joe Healy. Great excess stat we get. And tied at 41. A little earlier today, it was the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix defeating Perth 94-89 by 5 points. At halftime in that game, it was 46 apiece. In the 45 previous games in the NBL before today, we'd never had a tied score at halftime. And now we've gone back to back. But I think Justin Tatum and the Illawarra Hawks are going to be very happy with where they are at the moment, but they will not be happy with the injury to Jonah Bolden, who's just come out of the change rooms late carrying a bag of ice, and that does not bode well after he went off with what appeared to be a groin injury in that second quarter.
No, and it hurts because they've started him tonight with the confidence of trying to get him going, I think, with their full group. And as you said, Casey, came out grabbing his groin, so hopefully that's nothing significant, and it's just maybe a night where it can't be pushed.
Who wins from here?
I'm going to stick with the home team, Adelaide, because we're about to see how this crowd gets into this game.
Well, I'm going to go opposite. I like what Illawarra are doing, and I love how they're defending Bryce, which means he's probably going to have 30 in the second half now that I said that, but I'll go with Illawarra.
And Joe, an update on Jonah Bolden?
Yeah, just wait to Jonah as he walked out and obviously walked past you guys. He's done for the game. Unsure yet if it's a groin or hip flexor problem. We'll try and find out, but we won't see him again this evening.
Well, that's not good news at all for the Hawks. Wish him a speedy recovery. But McGee, as he did to start the game, gets scoring underway in the second half and puts the Hawks back on top. Outside shot wouldn't work for Vasiljevic. McGee, the 9 points on 4 of 8. He's grabbed 7 boards as well. Really enjoyed his battle with Isaac Humphries, Zylan Cheatham and others. Harvey, 2 number 1s go at it against Flynn Cameron. Now McGee posting up Cheatham, who tried to pull the chair. Double team arrives. They forced him into a tough shot. He couldn't convert, and Hickey's tip in wouldn't work either. So Adelaide with a chance now. Cameron has to wait for the support to arrive. Bounces into Harvey. Gets it back from Humphries. Now works to an opening wide open off glass. Can't convert. Hickey pushes the tempo. Now sets it up to McGee. Steps beyond Humphries. Adds another 2. He's into double digits.
Great start to the half by Illawarra in an up and down minute and a half, but just JaVale's presence, even defensively then. Flynn turns the corner and just doesn't want to go to the ring because of JaVale, and you can see his length. It's really deterring people.
Well, Humphries challenged upstairs by Peatling, who denies him at the summit. Hickey for Harvey. Hawks on fire here at the moment, knocks down the three, and they've opened up a handy buffer.
Well, that's where that man's getting good volume, and that's what Davo Hickey can bring. It's a nice push. Saw Tyler Harvey hit him, and it's a three, and Illawarra have come out and gone bang at the start of this.
7 unanswered points to start the term before Humphries puts a stop to it. They scored 9 unanswered points in the second, the Hawks, to retake the lead after Adelaide had got it out to an 8-point buffer. But it's the Hawks with their biggest lead of the game as Smuckler Bullock elevates and comes up with it too. 7-point lead. Cotton hands over Cheatham. He wants Cameron. He's ready to go and comes up with a finish, Flynn Cameron.
And this is where Adelaide's offense, because they're guarding Bryce so heavily, the people that are on the opposite side of the floor need to play with each other a little bit in terms of your cuts, your movement. You get a chance to turn the corner knowing there's no weak side help.
Beatling left alone from the three-point line. He makes them pay. Just the 4th triple of the game for the Hawks. And 4 individual players have knocked one down. Adelaide has got 8 threes and has hit more threes than 2s in this game, which is somewhat surprising. 7-point edge here for the Hawks. Haven't won here for 4 years. And Humphries with a push shot comes up with a 2. He's into double digits, 10 and 6 for Isaac. Harvey pushes Cameron away, then overshot it. Cotton the rebound and a chance for Adelaide. In a hectic tempo, both teams just looking a little gassed here at the moment as Cheatham muscles his way in, but Peatling kept him at bay. Playing some good minutes here, Peatling, who was relegated to the bench, and Jonah Bolden inserted into the starting 5 after the debacle against New Zealand on Friday night. McGee fires off the mark and Cheatham with a rebound. Either team,
well, they look exhausted.
Slow down, they do.
They look exhausted. You don't want to give up the easy ones here. Keep that 1%er.
Vasiljevic fires, that's sure. We've played 4 minutes in this third quarter. It's been end-to-end at the moment, and Hickey, great pass to Harvey in the finishing touches.
And this is Davo, the learning curve for him in the NBL a little bit, but I reckon if we watched the other night, he would have tried to push it and go at a pace that's almost too fast. He's created 2 where he's just come down, and that's going to be a foul.
Isaac Humphries okay. That was a heavy knock from McGee, and he just pulled up very short after the contact to the head. Going to have a look at this, because I don't think there was any malice in it from McGee, but it was a heavy contact, and he just stumbled as he...
Yeah, he doesn't look
very
groggy there.
Might need to sit down at least. Humphries just regathering himself here. Then a trip to the free throw line appears to be okay, but it was strong contact and just shook him.
Sometimes I say he will see when they shoot free throws, if it really hurt them or not. He's good to go. He's good to go.
70% free throw shooter coming into this game, Isaac Humphries, 14 of 20 on the season, averaging 17 points, which is career best for him. And look, he's still feeling the effects across the shoulder and or neck area here.
He's holding his pec just below that shoulder there, but...
Rakocevic is ready to check in. Going to make a substitution if they can. And Isaac Humphries is going to be attended to. Did well there, finishing touches, but it's the Hawks by 5. Here it is in replay.
JaVale just comes down and has a slap at it. It's kind of a weird one. You can't see the angle there, but it definitely, it was like the inside of his elbow maybe hit him across the head, because even when he walked off, he didn't look great. So hopefully it's nothing serious.
McGee double team, Blanchfield at the top of the key, gets a good look, and he splashes the 3.
And that's the Illawarra Hawks from last season, where they do things differently. The bench comes in, they knock the shots down, and Blanchfield playing really well tonight.
Game high, 8-point lead. Cotton, they need a steadier, and they go to the man who does it better than anyone.
Well, that's poor defense from Tyler Harvey. You just don't leave Bryce Cotton in that instance. You've got to pick your poison, and the poison is don't let Bryce Cotton touch the ball.
Keep an eye on Davo Hickey as well in terms of a triple-double watch at the moment as Harvey adds to his tally. 8 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists for Davo Hickey at the moment. Inside the last 5 minutes of a third term that's had it all. Trust you're enjoying our coverage, and it's even better when Zylan Cheatham's upstairs jumping into your lounge room.
Jeez, he's an athlete. Just, it's like you said, the trampoline, but that's what he needs to do. I think he's more talented than just someone who can jump. Just the ability to play off Bryce. Hickey. As Davo goes back to the block on the post moves, but I just think Zylan's more than just a catch and receiver. I think he can play and use the decoy of your DJs and your Bryce Cotton.
Here's Cameron. Fires over Harvey. Caught it deep, loose ball. Isaac White first to recover, gets after it. Guarded by Hickey. Single digits on the shot clock. Cheatham again, pass first. Goes to Flynn Cameron, and his 3 balls all the bottom of the net. He's got 12 points now, including 4 of 7 from deep, as we get some activity courtside with Joe Healy.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Just wanted to double up on what you were saying about Zylan Cheatham there. Mike Wells spoke after their last game against Melbourne United. He had 21 points, 1 assist shy of a triple-double. But he said he's like our version of Draymond Green with his versatility, the way he hustles and his team-first mentality. Jace, you said it at halftime as well. If the Hawks are doubling up on Bryce here, then it's up to Zylan, it's up to the likes of DJ to really take more responsibility and attack the basket.
Bryce Cotton. An animated conversation there with Mike Wells as well.
Yeah, it started in the possession before where he had the ball and he kicked it back to the middle, and then I think he wanted it back and he didn't get it. He was frustrated, and then the timeout was called and he definitely had some words, and then went over and spoke to his team as well. So this has been a good effort by Illawarra. That's exactly what you want to be able to do.
Illawarra hasn't won a third quarter this season. They're doing okay at the moment. What Zylan Cheatham can bring to the table, as we know, best game of the season against Melbourne last weekend. 21 points, game-high 12 boards, and game-high 9 assists. That's as close as anyone's been to a triple-double this season. Remembering we had only 1 triple-double last season. And right now, Davo Hickey's making a good run at it, as well as I mentioned. 8 points, 8 boards, 7 assists to lead the assist category in the game. And it is a game. Hawks by 2 with possession. 4 minutes left, term number 3. Between the reigning champs and the team many people believe are going to be there in the grand final this year. Adelaide. Cotton stripped Hickey of it. Got Cheatham in support. Well-timed pass. He gets the 2. Draws a foul. The fans are getting excited.
Don't like the offensive possession from Illawarra. Jace, you just spoken about it before, where that forceness, the last 2 possessions looking to post up, doesn't need it. Bryce Cotton, good defense here, and now they're just off to the races. Great pass here by Cotton and Cheatham. Boing, up he goes.
And I just don't know that's how you can exploit Bryce. I understand looking at it from time to time, but I don't even think that's Davo's go-to in posting up.
Yeah.
And as a group, they've found success in moving the ball. So just stick with what you've been doing, especially the start of this half. It's helped you get a lead, which they've now surrendered. It's back to a tied ball game.
60 apiece, less than 4 minutes to play. Greeter baseline, found Peatling for the finishing touches.
And there it is, exactly what you're asking. Let the ball do the work.
Hawks by 2. Cameron against Hickey. One way, back the other. Cheatham. Hands over. Bryce Cotton elevates. Can't get it done. Cotton 2 of 5 from long range. 3 of 7 for the game. And this one's off the mark as well from Blanchford. Rakocevic kept it alive off Peatling. And Adelaide will get it back. The Hawks, what they've done well is they've restricted Bryce Cotton to 7 field goal attempts. Now, Cameron's had more than that. Cheatham's had more than that. And they'd be happy that those players have had more than Bryce Cotton.
And that's exactly what, if we rewind back to when Sydney came here, that's exactly what Sydney said. They said, well, listen, if Bryce isn't going to outshoot us or outscore us, if other people beat us, then good on them. And it's almost like Illawarra's tried to adapt that as he makes an extra and Isaac White goes whack from the corner.
Second triple of the game for Isaac White. He's got 6, and Adelaide retakes the lead here, less than 3 minutes out from three-quarter time. Both teams in front in the first, second and third quarters. We are primed for a spectacular finish as Adelaide come running again. Cotton, bounce pass, found Rakocevic, who found Cheatham even closer, gets it done, draws a foul on Peatling.
Well, this is scary times here. Adelaide are really starting to get going. Not sure how long you can leave JaVale on the bench, but Adelaide 36 is really starting to get the ball going here. Great pass by Cotton again.
It's that on ball, Brad. It's the early on ball. It's one when I played in my average career where I just love that early on ball where people will come in transit. It doesn't allow defenses to set up. And then for Bryce, he can exploit it because they're going to run at him. So for a guy like Zyland, just misses the M1. And he's got a wrestling contest, Illawarra ball. But for Zyland, oh, they reversed it. Tatum is loving that. But it's just that early on ball. I think it can create opportunities in transition for the bigs to just go and make simple plays and then just create advantages.
Adelaide have snatched the momentum away from the Hawks here. 15-4 run in the last 3 minutes, and they add again to the tally. So after being down 8, they now lead by 5. Tick over 2 minutes left on the clock. Term number 3. Peterson, 9 points on 3 of 3 shooting. I should say 3 points in the game so far. The pass from McGee wanted to go back to Peterson, and they're on a different wavelength. And this is what happens. Peterson just his second game of the season, still finding his way with this group.
I think you're going to have to go back to Davo very soon. They just look better with the ball out there with his hands.
McGee losing patience with Zyland Cheatham here. And only Swakala Bullock inviting himself into the conversation as well.
Boys will be boys, Jace. No problems. Nothing in it. Let them play.
No, it's a game that means a lot, I think. Yep. When Illawarra are coming off a 40-point loss and you come in here and it's been a wrestling contest, they've had the lead, lost the lead, had the lead. Just got that feel about it.
Peterson in the corner. Can't convert. Peatling looking for the O board. And he kept it alive, brought it back into play, but it trickled out off camera and then off Peatling. So Adelaide will get possession.
This is a big 2 minutes here because it's gone back and forth, but Adelaide have wrestled the momentum. If you're Illawarra, you want to stay in this. You want to be right in the contest at three-quarter time. You can't let this get to 10 right now.
Michael Aylan and Zyland Cheatham, you can hear in the background having a conversation on the baseline at the Adelaide end of the floor. So inside the last 2 minutes, term number 3, a seesawing, entertaining affair in the Hungry Jacks NBL Indigenous round. As White works on Peterson, step back, tough shot, had a lot of room there. And McGee grabs the rebound, so it's nine boards for McGee to go with 11 points. Good again. Harvey goes to it. He went upstairs and tomahawked it down.
He looked like he changed his mind in the air there.
That was explosive. That's why you pay money to come and watch this man play. Coming back to Adelaide in a couple of weeks for the local viewers here. Wednesday night at the Ignite Cup on the 19th of November. If you haven't got a ticket, get one now because JaVale McGee is worth the price of admission. In fact, he and Bryce Cotton are probably 2 players at the top of the tree in terms of who you'd pay to go watch.
No, and there's no doubt they're at the top of the tree also in the MVP watch. They're just both incredible players to watch, and we've seen it live here tonight.
Just in a minute out from three-quarter time, Harvey puts a stutter step on Rakocevic. He wasn't interested in it. Adelaide get the rebound through White. They feed Cotton. He's got business on his mind. Bryce Cotton for the 3. Oh, you can see it in his eye.
And there's that on ball again. That's that on ball. You're just in transition, and he actually, if he didn't want to shoot it, he had a pass to the open roll-up. But this is when Adelaide gets going. You can feel it in the crowd here. Bit of momentum.
Oh, Peatling's having some sort of night as well. He's 4 of 4 from the field. He's got 12 points, including back-to-back triples.
That is massive. Just what you were saying, Jace. You didn't want to be 10-12 down. That 3 is a big game changer.
Oh, what a contest. The shadows of three-quarter time. Adelaide with the lead and the ball. Cameron physical there with Tyler Harvey. Cotton's the man they can't contain. He feeds Cheatham, who must fire. And he's off the mark. So we turn for home and we've got a cracker going here in Adelaide. It's the 36ers on top by 5, 72-67. Oh, you'll want to come back and see more of JaVale McGee.
Quarter here to play in Adelaide as the 36ers 72, leading the Illawarra Hawks as 67. Listening into the defending champs huddle at three-quarter time, it was a passionate plea from Justin Tatum. He said, guys, I need 10 minutes out of you. Push the ball in trans, and defensively, we've got to keep the pressure on their five-time MVP, Bryce Cotton.
Thanks very much, Joe. 8 points has been the biggest margin we've seen at any stage, and both teams had it during the third quarter. At that mark, 16 lead changes, 6 times tied. Adelaide has led for almost 17 minutes, and the Hawks have led for almost 11.
It was legal. You accidentally tripped him up.
Explanation from Michael Aylan there. A foul going to be called on Harvey, his first personal. Adelaide has committed just 8 fouls for the entire game, and the Hawks 13.
Yeah, I'm just having a look at these stats, Case, and 24 assists for Illawarra on 27 field goal makes. That is pretty unbelievable when you look at this, and good to see Isaac Humphries back as well.
This was a nasty head knock that he took there early in that third quarter, but he appears to be back on top of it. If you've joined us late, no Jonah Bolden, though, went down with a groin injury in the second quarter and will take no further part after he was elevated into the starting 5. Here's Swakala Bullock, good defensive play, takes on Cheatham, gets it done, and the foul is there as well, so a chance at a three-point play. Just what the Hawks needed out of three-quarter time.
It's a great finish.
What a finish.
On his left hand. Put it out wide. I thought for sure we're going to see a spike or something happen here because Zyland lined him up. But that's just nice touch from Wani there.
See where Zyland's head was then trying to get that ball.
Oh, he's one
he
of those.
He had to duck it to get round the backboard.
When he jumps, he's one of those athletes that actually makes you just go, whoa.
Marnie Swakala Bullock, he is a couple of free throws away from a 50-40-90 season at the moment. He's known for his defense, but he does a lot of things at the elite level very well.
Certainly an unsung hero of that championship run last year.
So the margin cut to 2. Early stage of the final term. Again, Cheatham reluctant to fire, so he uses Cameron, who goes to Humphries, and then the man they want with it, but Cotton's off the mark. Rice with 19. Including 8 in that third quarter. Incidentally, Adelaide with 31 points in that third quarter. It was their highest scoring third quarter of the season. And they needed it to come from 8 down to lead by 5 going into quarter number 4. Dave O'Hickey about to check in. Humphries gets it from Cotton, lost it, and down onto his foot out of court. Adelaide turn it over. That's number 8 in that category for them. The Hawks with just 6 turnovers.
Well, this is the first time in a while that there's no Swakala Bullock or Dan Breeder on the court now for Bryce Cotton now. As a player that gets someone on him all the time, this could be a little bit of a change here for Adelaide. I would be looking to go at Bryce Cotton without those 2 renowned defenders on him.
Here's Hickey taking him on at the offensive end, and from close range just couldn't get it high enough above the rim. So he comes up empty. Could have been to double digits scoring. As Cotton feeds Kenyon. Humphries reluctant to get it down low against McGee, so the shot clock rolls to 7 here. Co-captain Vasiljevic hands over to Cameron. Now he's got red numbers to work with, and it rattles around and jumps out.
I was just about to say Flynn's bailed him out again on another play.
Peterson, pass Cotton, fires over Isaac Humphries. That was ambitious, couldn't get it done. Humphries to Cotton, Kenyon in support. They come streaming forward to Adelaide, and Vasiljevic knocks down the 3.
And this is where DJ thrives. I was going to speak about this tonight because we're used to seeing him have 20, 25, 30 points game. And when I played alongside him, the one place I knew he loved in transition, I'd always find him opposite the court. I knew he'd be kind of trailing in a little bit, and as Bryce does there, he just thrives in being able to make people. What a play by Isaac Humphries.
Rejects Dave O'Hickey. Now Adelaide come forward again with a 5-point buffer. This Humphries from close range. Oh, Peatley!
Rebound!
Rebounded flat on his back in the paint. Peterson pushes over Flynn Cameron. Flop warning issued. And a foul before the shot. Referee Travis Stewart right there. And they want an unsportsmanlike.
Well, down the other end, I felt JaVale McGee put two hands on the offensive player there. Surprised the foul wasn't called. Well, he's called a flop. There it is. That's why it wasn't called.
No, he's called a flop down here.
Oh, down the other end. Okay, right.
Which transition, I don't necessarily agree with that one, but I'm not a referee.
Don't know where to look here at the moment. It is all happening. Swakala Bullock back onto the floor. Tyler Harvey, big screen from Peatling. Cameron felt all of that. And they get McGee the ball. Shot clock to red numbers. The big man goes baseline. Are they going to wave it away? It said he travelled.
Chase, I want to ask a question about DJ, because to me, he's one of those rhythm shooters. As players last year and moving into this year, does the team know, right, let's go back to him now?
Yeah, but I think this is what you're missing too. Like, Bryce Cotton's an elite player, but he's not a natural point guard. And this group doesn't have one. If you look at their roster, they don't have a natural point guard. They got a combination of guys who can play and carry the ball.
Well, they offered you the job and you said no.
Twice.
Yeah, more than that, I think it was.
He retired, guys. But to my point is, I'm not the answer. But it's what they don't have this year. They don't have that natural point to know where DJ is and what he likes. And I think that's an evolution of their group.
Yeah, you just know when he made one, go back to him, because it can go to 2, 3, 4 very quickly.
McGee hands over to Peatling. A great game. Mason Peatling, 12 points, yet to miss a shot. They get McGee a low catch, and he helps himself to 2. 15 now for him, including, and along with 10 boards.
Incredible touch, Brad.
Beautiful.
Margin cut to 3 points here as Cotton exploring against Wani Swakala Bullock, and now Peatling. Vasiljevic guarded by Harvey. Shot clock is on single digits. Nudges Harvey out of the way and adds another 2. So DJ's got 13 in the game, including 5 in this period. In fact, he scored all 5 of Adelaide's points in the fourth quarter.
Keep going there. Keep going.
This is Harvey, shakes Kenyon, who reaches in, and free throws to come here as we go to Joe Healy.
Yeah, thanks, guys. DJ coming alive here in the fourth, up to 13 points. I asked him pre-game, how does he feel about this offense? He's obviously not getting as many looks as he's used to, but he is taking the opportunities when he gets them. His answer was simply, I want to win. I want to finish my career with 4 or 5 championships, not just the 2 that I've got.
Exactly, Joe. And I think something that's also been overlooked in all this is that DJ Vasiljevic is in his 6th season. His plus-minus this year is twice as good as it has ever been. So, yes, the shot numbers are down. Runner-up Rookie of the Year to Josh Giddey, 2-time championship winner. And this year, told to make an adjustment, and his plus-minus is double his best effort in plus-minus in any other season.
And what Joe said isn't fake. DJ loves to win. Yes, he wants to score and do all those things. That's naturally what he is. He's a scorer. And anyone that's a scorer loves scoring. But he does want to win, and it was evident even last year in my time around him that he's really just want to do what's best for the group.
Here he is on cue, this time off the front of the rim. They've got it back, though. Cameron stripped the Hawks of it, and Bryce Cotton's firing. Oh! Wow, that would have been some sort of play. Just couldn't get the target.
Someone's lifted him up. Someone's got to be lifting him up.
Like a line out the rugby union. Here's Hickey. That's a tough shot, but he gets it done. 10 in the game now for Hickey. Got 9 boards and 8 assists. So that's another area to try and keep an eye on. 5.5 to play. A point the difference. Cheatham charges into the paint. A blocking foul is called on Blanchfield. I want to count the bucket.
What do you have from your side?
I'm not sure whether or not it's hit the board first.
I don't see the bobble, I see it at the board, so I think it's okay.
Look at Xylem Cheatham. This is what you call athleticism.
On 21,
2 shots.
Normal foul. White 21, blocking foul.
2. It's on the backboard.
No, got it first.
On the backboard.
Got it first.
Good decision. Yeah, that was before he wedged it on the backboard. No goaltending.
I didn't think the conversation was around the backboard. I thought it was more, did he get to it in time?
Oh, coming down, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, right, okay.
Cheatham's been good from the free throw line, 90% this season, 18 of 20 coming into this game, but they're harder to hit in the fourth quarter, and there's a point the difference. movement there. So Cheatham 11 points in the game to go with 8 boards, 3 assists. And it's 2 the difference. 5.5 to play. Here's Greeter against DJ Vasiljevic one way and back the other, and overcooked it from close range. Adelaide has scored just 6 points in this last quarter in 5 minutes that we've played. Hawks have only scored 9 though. It's been a real arm wrestle. The grind to the finish. Vasiljevic, Rakocevic, may have travelled. He's fouled in the process and getting a chance at a 3-point play. There were some happy feet down low as well.
This is where DJ needs to take some of the responsibility too, right? Bryce is copping so much attention. When the ball goes away from Bryce, especially on that other side of the floor, you've got to turn corners at times as well and just put some heat on the rim.
Rakocevic off the mark. So Adelaide now 13 of 21 from the free throw line. They were 8 of 8 at quarter time. So they've gone 5 of 13 since then from the stripe. And in a tight conclusion that we have here, that could be costly. McGee somehow protected the ball in all sorts of traffic and got it done.
That's just talent. That is just flat out talent we have. And spin. He is 7 foot with a 2-4 wingspan. That is not easy.
Buy a ticket when the Hawks are coming to your venue. JaVale McGee is worth the price of admission. Sixers by 2. Cotton takes a bump there. Just initiated the contact by sideways movement into Greeter, who doesn't like it, but there's free throws to come. Miami replay gives us another look at JaVale.
Just really good touch around the ring, yeah. Just soft touch, even with his little hook shots. Just manages to find a way to make it, even when he's not throwing it down like he did earlier in the game.
Well, it's contagious now. Bryce was 6 of 6 from the stripe before that attempt. And he misses both. You won't see that very often, so he's on 19 points. Only once has he got more than 20 in 5 tries against a team coached by Justin Tatum. He's never beaten Justin Tatum. And here's Dave O'Hickey, nice pass inside from McGee.
Well, we keep talking. This guy has played for the Golden State Warriors. He knows how to pass the basketball, and that's a beautiful back cut from Dave O'Hickey on a beautiful dime from JaVale.
That'll be 2 free throws here with 3 minutes 55 to go.
Contact the head.
But like you just said before, Case, Adelaide have actually got the yips from the free throw line at the moment, which is why it's still a tied ball game at the moment. They'll probably be 4 or 5 up, but they've left a few at the line.
Well, they're 1 of 5 from the stripe in this quarter.
Well, we just heard there, Coach Tatum, brilliant there. He said, we don't need a big play. Just stay within our stuff, one side to the other, as Bryce makes the second.
Margin is 2. We've got less than 4 minutes to play. It's been a tremendous evening of Hungry Jack's NBL. Just enjoying our coverage wherever you may be watching around Australia and beyond. Now the pass from McGee, just too much on it. He found Hickey, but he couldn't control it. 9 turnovers apiece.
That's the big play. He didn't need that. That was just forcing it too much.
They've done well, the Hawks, because they had 4 turnovers at quarter time. Only 5 since. And it's been a problem area for them this season, averaging 16, the most in the competition. Humphries was patient with the pass. Cheatham. Oh, McGee stopped him in his tracks. And a chance now for the Hawks. They can take the lead here on a Blanchfield triple. Cheatham up high above Greeter. Ball spills free. Cotton gets it from Isaac White. And now gets away from Hickey for the 3-ball. Front and back of the rim, it wouldn't tumble though. Loose ball scramble, it comes back to Adelaide and Cotton's ready to go. Now Cheatham with the O-board. 13 offensive rebounds to 6. And DJ Vasiljevic makes them pay. Huge play to get the fans on their feet in Adelaide. They lead by 5, less than 3 minutes to play. Tangerine timeout.
Well, we talk about the 1%ers, and that's the offensive rebounds, just destroyed them.
Oh, what a contest we've got going here in Adelaide at the moment. And Bryce Cotton, who leads the Mitsubishi Motors 3-point leaders board with 28 ahead of Admiral Schofield. Nathan Sobey at 24. He's one of the 5 who has hit a 3 in every game this season. Tyler Harvey, TJ Vasiljevic, Nathan Sobey, Chris Golding and Bryce Hamilton are the only players with a 3 in every game this season through round 7 of the Hungry Jacks NBL. Hickey plants the feet, peels off the 3 and gets the Hawks right back into the equation.
Well, they keep going to that set with JaVale at the top and getting the ball into his hands and playing off him. And that time, Davo knocks down a big 3.
Here's Vasiljevic once more. He's off the front of the rim, loose ball. Cheatham got a finger on it, but the Hawks scoop it up and they can go to the other end now. Down 2. They tie it away or maybe take the lead.
Straight back to the scissors action. Watch work and stay with it.
McGee guarded by Humphreys. Adelaide with a foul to give. Tyler Harvey springs 3, fires, can't convert. Cheatham the rebound. He plays on another level. He's got 12 boards in the game to go with 11 points here, Zylan Cheatham. And the Hawks over the limit in terms of fouls inside this last 2 minutes. And Cotton happy to milk it for the moment. Red numbers on the shot clock now as he bounces into McGee and a blocking foul is called, so free throws to come. Cotton knew exactly what he was doing there.
Just really patient as JaVale tries to show on this. Just gets caught up. But that's just Bryce actually just saying, hang on a second. We've got a 2-point lead. There's 2 minutes to go. Obviously, one of the best players we've ever had in this league. And just saying, everyone slow down and just let me control this game.
As we mentioned, this is Indigenous round. Celebrate across round 6 and 7. Support your team. You can purchase an Indigenous jersey. They are available now at the nblstore.com.au or scan the QR code right now to check them out. Adelaide again have done a tremendous job with theirs, but every team has done a very good job. So 90 seconds to play. Adelaide by 4. Davo Hickey. Guarded by Isaac White. Again, 36ers with a foul to give. McGee bounces off Cheatham, but opens up for Hickey, and he takes them on, and he gets to the free throw line.
Blue one. Blue one.
Ain't just a mature play.
2 shots.
From Hickey there, where he was able to play at his own pace, and when nothing else presented itself, he made something happen.
He's just got that knack to be able to go quick, but then stop on a dime and still have an extra step, like that possession there. And 15 points today to go with his 9 rebounds and 8 assists.
With 1:25 on the clock, maybe the triple-double's going to elude him. Would have been nice in Indigenous round. Only one other Indigenous player.
Oh, we've still got OT yet.
Well, that's true. We could get there. But the only Indigenous player with a triple-double in the NBL, Will McDowell-White, had 13 points, 10 rebounds and 14 assists for the Breakers at the Silverdome when he spoiled Jason Caddy's 300th game.
I remember that game very well.
I can see your brain ticking over there.
Milestone games weren't my favourite. I had a few wins later on in them, but early on milestone games, I didn't like them at all because they didn't end well, some of them.
That's what kept you going, wasn't it? Trying to make amends. There's Ben Christie, speaking of players who are trying to make amends. He's on the improve from that nasty injury at the Blitz. Neck brace is gone. And hopefully he'll be back in action in the new year. We wish him well in his rehabilitation. So Adelaide up 2 with the ball, a little over a minute to play. Hawks over the limit in terms of fouls, and Cotton, such an important focus here in this scenario, goes back to Cheatham, who feeds outside, and Vasiljevic, he's off the mark, loose ball. McGee had it, lost it, gave it back to Cheatham, and he pays the ultimate price.
He just works so hard. He's just a relentless worker, and he kind of makes that happen.
Well, Hickey bounces into Vasiljevic and still gets it done and goes to the strike.
You'll see it here. Just stays in it, fumbles. He's just around the mark and just flushes it home. But Dave on the other end, he's just played so much assertive tonight. He just had that rhythm for the game, which I don't think he had the other night, obviously been out for a period of time.
53 and a bit seconds left on the clock. And Davo Hickey over the free throw line, as I mentioned, had such a great campaign at the Asia Cup in Saudi Arabia back in August. One of the stars that led us to the gold medal. And an emerging talent. Well, he gave us hamburgers the last time he was here in Adelaide. I don't suspect we're going to get them in this one. The fans doing their best to talk him out of the free throws. So it's a point the difference. Under a minute to play. This is a great contest. And what a comeback it's been from the Hawks after their heaviest home defeat in franchise history on Friday night to New Zealand. Regardless of the result, they have made a statement. Here's Cotton bouncing into Swakala Bullock. Shot clock, red numbers. He fires. He's well short. Good defense from the Hawks, and they've got a chance to take the lead here. Tyler Harvey brings them forward, guarded by Flynn Cameron. Neither team can afford to foul. McGee wants to get involved here. Tyler Harvey comes through now, ignores the screen to the elbow. Tough shot from Tyler Harvey. It wouldn't fit. Well, they go to Cotton and must foul him now. We've got free throws to come, and the clock will have to be backed up a little here.
That was on white 6.
But Tyler Harvey took the tough shot, and it wouldn't tumble for him, and Cotton will go to the stripe.
And I don't want to take it away from him, because Tyler, over these years in the NBL, he makes big shots and he makes big plays. But in this last quarter, it's actually been the rhythm between Davo and JaVale. And so part of me says, right now, put the ball in Davo's hands and let him make the play. But once again, I'm also not going to back opinion when Tyler Harvey's made big shots over the course of his NBL career.
I think the surprising for me was they looked like they didn't know what set to run. Oh, there he misses it. You practice these all the time at training, and you'd think at that time, this stage, this is what we do, and it did not look like they were ready for that.
No timeouts left here. The Hawks take their last timeout. 6.4 seconds on the clock. Adelaide leading by 2. Oh, what a finish we've got going here. Justin Tatum with his assistant coaches there. Joel Carlu, Matt Flynn, and Sam Gruggan. A reminder, the round concludes tomorrow. Melbourne against Sydney, 7:30 Australian Eastern Daylight Time. United try and make it a 10-0 start to their season. And the Illawarra Hawks, well, they've got a chance here. They haven't won in Adelaide for 4 years. It took them 8 years in the league to win their first ever game here. And Adelaide lead them head-to-head 50-17. So they don't get a lot of wins here in Adelaide, but they've got a chance to pull one out of the fire here. They were the best road team last year, incidentally, the Hawks. They went 11-5 on the road. That was part of their successful championship run, that they were able to go everywhere and produce.
Right, where are you going, Chase? Are you going to Harvey for the big 3, Davo to the rim, JaVale?
I'm sticking to what I said. I'm trying to find an action to get Davo downhill. At the end of the day, overtime or a 3 to win it. I think for this group right now, they'll take either.
Yeah.
You got Blanche, you're going to have Harvey off the ball. I think that's going to open the floor for a JaVale roll or a Davo Hickey downhill.
Great to have Isaac Rank, an AFL superstar from the Adelaide Crows, in the house on Indigenous round. Sean Burgoyne representing Port Adelaide a little earlier in the half-time game.
I like the Isaac Humphries on the ball. A big body, trying to make it harder for Swaka to throw it in.
6 seconds to play. Hawks down 2. Gets it into Hickey. Against Cotton. Lost a handle. Regathers. Now he's got problems where he draws a foul. He's off to the free throw line. Silent Cheatham has been called for the foul. Going to be his second personal.
Well, you challenge that.
And he puts Hickey on the stripe.
Well, you challenge it. That's what you save your challenges for. You don't know what's going to happen. You've got a timeout left. Challenge it. Oh, no, he's not. Wow.
He might need it in OT.
Well, good point.
If you win it now, though, you don't need OT.
I would challenge that.
It was...
Yeah, looking at that, I don't know if he'd get it, though.
Whack to the chops, but he still has to knock these free throws down. Davo Hickey.
You said it before, Case. I don't think we'll see cheeseburgers.
Well, do you miss it now?
But he's got to miss it, I think.
Yeah, miss it. Try and get a tap in.
He does. Can they keep it alive? They can't. Adelaide get it. Adelaide escapes. What an extraordinary game. And the Adelaide 36ers have beaten the Hawks by 2. It's Adelaide 90. The Hawks 88. And they've got burgers to go home with as well.
Wow, what a game. Illawarra, to their credit, they played hard and they played well, and you still leave disappointed with the result, but that's a great ball game, and Adelaide came out with the goods.
Well, I like Wally Bales here. He's just got over and grabbed Davo Hickey and told him forget about that. He's had a great game. You don't worry about that free throw. But that case was a brilliant game to watch.
Well, both teams in front in the first 3 quarters. They won 2 quarters apiece. It was outstanding action in the Hungry Jacks NBL. And the Adelaide 36ers, well, they have got across the line here. 90-88. And an absolute epic. Bryce Cotton finishes with 24 points, had 5 of those in the last quarter. Cheatham with 13. Vasiljevic was good as well. He had 8 of his 16 in that last quarter, and he was influential in the win. But the Hawks, likewise, they can be happy. Well, they'll be disappointed. But that is a good response after such a heavy defeat at home on Friday night. Adelaide moves to 6-2 on the ladder. And the Hawks now find themselves 2-6. And at the wrong end of the ladder for the reigning champions. But what an epic it was, and the sellout crowd here in Adelaide. 9,983, the official attendance. They have got value for money. $90-88. Well, Mike Wells and his team get the job done. And we'll get some reaction courtside with Joe Healy.
Yeah, I've got the Foot Locker player of the game with me, Bryce Cotton. Bryce, that was tough. The league changed throughout. How were you guys able to grind this out?
We was in the same position a week ago. This time we got the win. I wish I would have made some more free throws, but that was a hell of a job. DJ hit some big shots. Whitey did. Z is unbelievable. This is a great team effort, and, you know, that's what it takes to win games.
Congrats on the win. Go enjoy this one, and good luck against the Breakers Thursday.
Thank you.
Well, time for a break here at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre. We'll be back to wrap it up after this.
Transport Solutions. Of course, if you are leaving, make sure you think road safety is important to us at the Sixers. That we stay focused on the road, using your phone, eating or talking game tactics, takes your attention off the road. Think road safety. A lot of games at home over the next couple of weeks. Next Sunday against the Wildcats, almost sold out. Then the time ends. Enjoy the week. We'll see you soon.
Adelaide win for the 5th consecutive time against the Illawarra Hawks, whose drought here in Adelaide extends beyond 4 years, but they had to work hard for it. 90-88, they get it done. What has been a tremendous afternoon. On behalf of Joe Healy, Brad Rosen and Jason Cadee, I'm John Casey. We'll see you again soon here in the Hungry Jacks NBL as Adelaide escape 90-88 over the Hawks.
This program is brought to you by Hungry Jacks and Bunnings Warehouse.